welcome back to my channel. So this is a beautiful cake stand that I'm making. It is a 3-tier one. So I have just mixed up a batch of resin and I'm making a glitter border around the outside. So obviously with this being a nail technician, I have a lot of different glitters. These are from numerous nail suppliers like Glitter Arty Nails, Nail Perfection. So I just picked some really pretty pink ones because I wanted this one to be really girly. So I'm not mixing too much up, and I am adding quite a lot of glitter because I want it quite thick so it doesn't spread like too much. Well, that's the idea in any ways. So just moving everything out of the way. As I say, I purchased this mold off Amazon, and you get like 3 molds, the large for the bottom and then medium and the smaller one. So as I say, just going right the way around that border. As I say, I made the top one first, which is this one. This is the smallest one, and I wasn't fully happy with the design. It still came out pretty, but I'll explain obviously more, and this is like obviously the next day. I got some different white, it's like more of a gel type stuff, and that was a lot more opaque and it held the flower design that I'm doing much better. So as I say, just going around the edges. This glitter was so sparkly, and what am I going to do next? Yeah, pouring just some clear resin into the center, and it actually didn't pull the glitter like too much in, which I was pleased about. And then obviously once you've like poured it in, I go in with my blow torch and just try and get as many bubbles as I can out of there. So yeah, just pouring all of that clear in and just making sure I get it all out the pot, because this stuff is expensive. I've got a few projects on the go on my bench here, so if you can see other things in the background, but I have done videos on them as well. I'm trying to just get as much out as possible for you, trying to keep, well, build my channel, you know, like back up. So I hope that you are enjoying everything. If you have any tips or anything, because as I say, you know that I am a beginner. So yeah, this is a new blowtorch as well, so I'm just getting the hang of it. So as I say, just taking them bubbles out as much as possible, and then I will explain what I am doing. So I have got some rose red, I think these drops colours were. So I just mixed a small amount up because I'm going to pour them like into little baggies. I didn't have any like sort of like freezer bags or anything. So this is this white pigment like paste stuff, and you don't need a lot of it. So I am just using a cocktail stick and just putting a bit on the end, and it's just so pigmented. It is so much better than the drops. I just felt like the white drops that I had just wasn't holding as good as this stuff, so I would highly recommend it. I did purchase it on Amazon, I think I did, because I've got Amazon Prime. Obviously I get everything next day delivery, which is really handy. So this rose red colour is absolutely gorgeous. It's like a fuchsia pink, and I was really happy with the colour, especially alongside the white. So what I've done, I've just got some little Jiffy type plasticky bags, and I just poured it into there. You could use a piping bag if you are like posh, but I'm not. I've just poured it into them, and I seen this technique of another lady on YouTube, and as I say, just nipped a tiny little bit off the corner of the bag and then just swirling it. No perfect like way, you know, just swirly, and then I've done the exact same thing with the pink. So as I say, I'm just pushing it out of one corner and just nipping the smallest amount off, so not too much pours out at once. But you can use like freezer bags or anything like that. This is just all I had at the time, and it worked perfectly. So just putting the pink on top of the white and just, as I say, swirling around quite messily. You know, resin does its own thing in any ways. You know, you're never ever going to get two things the same. So just using a cocktail stick, and obviously have a wipe handy, and then just from obviously the outer corners, and then just dragging it into the middle, and it just makes this beautiful like marble flower design. And it kind of all dispersed a bit on the top, but it's what goes on underneath is the most important. And I was so happy how this turned out. And when I put it onto my Etsy shop, it instantly sold. I will leave the name of my Etsy shop or in the description box if you ever want to take a look at my items. So yeah, as I say, no perfect way, just trying to keep the gaps roughly the same. And I'm not sure, did I run the blowtorch over or did I just leave it? I think I might have just left it. So as I say, this is the next day, and this is the small one that I done, and I done this a slightly different design, and I also used a different white. It still worked out pretty, but just not as pretty as the other two. But how sparkly is that glitter? I absolutely love it. So just trying to get some close-ups there. And I also now have a tripod with a ring light on, so obviously I am just trying this. So I think this is the large one, if I'm correct. Yeah, they turned out so gorgeous. Definitely like give this a go. Wow, I love it. Love it. I actually sold this twice, so I've got to make another one up as well. I can see it being very popular, and it's so easy to reassemble. The first one that I did buy did come with the little attachments, you know, to build it all up, but you can buy the attachments separate as well. And then this is the middle one. And yeah, it's so girly and pretty, and you don't have to just make them as cake stands. I took some photographs with I say this is the attachments, and me and my husband were having a bit of a disagreement on how it built together, but we got there in the end. And as usual, I was right. Ladies are always right when it comes to things. So yeah, it is really easy to assemble it. It just, as I say, screws together. You don't really need any drills or anything like that. And I think I went over to the other table because I was running out of like space. I hope you're still enjoying my videos, guys. Obviously, if you do, if you wouldn't mind, oh, my husband's hand is right in the way. If you wouldn't mind, you know, subscribing or leaving a comment or giving it a thumbs up, you know, anything, you know, like it like just helps the channel. So as I say, I have done just a little video of it all assembled, and it just in all of its glory. So I hope that you did enjoy this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.